Hi, I'm Jessica. You're on CS251. In this video, I'm going to explain you how I did my lab experiment number 1 for database, where I have to create a schema, tables, and required questions. I have to fill up the required questions. In this, I have to create a customer schema of 4 things: customer details, car details, price details, and booking. Where a customer details contains of customer ID, login name, register, and customer type, first name, last name, and date of birth as a columns. Where the car details contains car ID number, registration number, color, and car type as a column names, and as per it goes on. Here I have to make the customer ID number as a primary key in the customer details, and the car ID number in the car details as a primary key. And for these are the tables I want to create. For creating table, my first question was like to create all the 4 tables. For this I used create table keyword, and with the name of the table which I'm gonna give, it's a customer details, and with the next I open bracket with the column name and with the data type and with the number till the space where how many memory space it had to allocate. And I just made it as a primary key by making as constraint and giving the constraint name as pk2 and making it as a primary key. And then I use a login name where I gave varchar 20, and next column register date I gave it as a varchar 20, and customer type varchar, where varchar is used for it will accept both the numbers and characters. And the first name also I gave varchar. And for describing to see the table, I just used DESC, customer name of the table name. DESC is a describe table where you can able to see the whole table. This is the first table which I have created, and the similar process goes on for the second table, where the create table name and the column names you have to give here. And just I describe the car details, and this is second table. For the third table, I just create table name as price details with the required column names, and just to describe the table so that you can able to see the table. And I created the next table, booking table, and next I would just want in second question was I have to use a column level constraint to the car details. For this column level constraint means I have to create any constraints in when I'm creating the table itself. For this I just copied the same command which I used before when creating table here, and I created a table with booking the same with booking number as a primary key, booking number as a constraint as primary key. And second one, the customer ID, here the customer ID and the car ID I made as a foreign key. I used the foreign key structure as customer ID with its data type, and I used keyword references. It references to the previous parent table, that is customer details, and the name of the column. This is how the primary key foreign key is created. This is also a column level constraint. It is the same as a third question was like creating a customer ID and car ID as a foreign key. It goes the same process where I have to give the present column name with the keyword references with the previous parent table name with that particular column ID. And the fourth question was like I want to add a constraint so that the email ID should be unique. For this I use the command alter. Alter is used for altering any modifications that you want to change in the table. So I used alter keyword with the table, then I gave the table name, then I want to add a constraint, so I just gave it as a add over here, and I just want to add a column name called email ID I gave the data type varchar as 30, and I made it as a unique, so that I used constraint. I gave the constraint name and made it as a unique. And this is the output, how it shows when after altering the table with making email ID as this is the email ID. I made it as a email ID as unique. And my next question was like I have to change the data type of the color attribute to char. Here for any altering the table, we have to just give the command alter with the table keyword and with the table name, and I have to give the modify, and I want to modify the column color into data type character. So char I gave 20. So here the color of the table is changed to char, where before you can see it is a varchar. And here I have to ensure that name should not be null. That means I should make it as a not null, where I just gave alter table with the name of the table, and I just gave modify the login name into a constraint not null. So when you see the output here, the login name is nullable. It can be nullable. In the 7th question, I asked the registration number column by adding the appropriate constraint to the column, which means I have to make the column in a unique. So I just gave the alter table name of the table and modify, and I gave the column name with the data type, and I made a constraint as unique. I gave the constraint name and made it as a unique. And next one, I have to remove the email column in the customer table. For this, I just used the command alter table, where the name of the table is customer details. I just want to drop that particular column, so I just give drop. I want to drop the column, so I give column, and the name of the column is email ID. So here when you see the output, the email ID is not there, only you have current ID, login name, register date, customer type, first name, last name, and DOB and current date. The next question was like, I have to rename the column DOB as date of birth. For everything we used to alter, so we used alter table, name of the table, we just use the key. While we are renaming the column, so I gave rename with the column and data DOB to date of birth. It's so simple. And when you see the output here, the DOB is changed into date of birth. And I want to drop a unique constraint. For this, I just want to alter the table with which table I want to alter the customer details, and I drop the unique constraint. The column name is email ID. And here when you see in the output, you can see the email ID is dropped. And I want to, next question was I had to rename the table booking to car booking. So I just gave rename, just a rename, and booking table to car booking. And when I just type describe booking, it won't be shown. When I type describe car booking, it will be shown the output. And the next question is I have to give the insert, delete, update privileges to the next user on the booking table. For this, I created another user, and I just granted the permission for that user. Just I give the grant, insert, delete, update. These are the 3 commands I want to give the privileges on the table of customer details to the user UR14CS251. The grant is succeeded. This is the output which I have got. And to revoke the privileges from the next user, I just used revoke and delete on customer details from the UR14CS251 where the revoke is succeeded. This is how my experiment goes on. This is how I created the whole of the 4 tables. Thank you.